Hello and welcome. This is Angie with thecountrysheetcottage.net. So today we're going to talk about using flocked heat transfer vinyl on all of your HTV projects. So what is flocked heat transfer vinyl? So I'm going to make this shirt today. So flocked is actually kind of a fuzzy vinyl, so it's kind of fuzzy once it is on your shirt. It almost feels like suede or something like that once it's applied to the shirt. So the touch and the feel of it is really soft, silky, that type of thing. And it's a little thicker than regular HTV is the way I would describe it. So it does stand off of the shirt a little bit more. So it gives a really unique look, and I really love it for like cozy winter type designs. Like I think it gives that extra feel to those, but it does come in a huge wide range of colors. So I'm using B-Flex Flocked HTV, and I've got that from Direct Vinyl Supply, and I will link to that in the description below so you can head there and check that out. It comes in tons of different colors. I'm going to use white today, but I will show you a few other colors that I have here. So this is really great if you want just like a different look to your project. Definitely something that you might want to try with your crafting. Now, the other benefit to Flocked HTV is that it is polyester based, so it works with sublimation. So on this shirt, for example, I'm going to use sublimation over the top of the flocked just for the little snowflake above the eye in winter, just to turn it blue. So even though I'd only had white, I didn't have blue flocked on hand, I could turn it blue with some infusible ink, actually is what I used. So there are some tricks there that you can use to get just about any color. And I actually did like a watercolor design on some flocked HTV a couple of months back, and I will link to that in the description below as well. So for now, let's take a look at the supplies we're gonna need and how to cut flocked heat transfer vinyl on your Cricut machine. So here's our flocked HTV. You can see 4 different colors I have here. There are a wide variety of colors available. We're going to talk about cutting and applying this, but we're also going to talk about adding infusible ink or any other kind of sublimation ink to like the white flocked to open up even more color. So we will talk about that as well. And then you'll need your Cricut, green mat. I like the green mat for this, or the blue mat, either one. Easy press mat as well as easy press. So first of all, let's cut our flocked HTV with our Cricut. You can cut this on any Cricut machine because it just uses the fine point blade. So I will take the flocked HTV and put it shiny side down on the mat. So one side will be dull, the other side will be shiny. We'll also mirror the cut in Cricut Design Space before we actually cut our design. So just want to put it on the mat, then we'll press it down really well. And now we can cut it using our Cricut. I set my dial to iron-on plus, so just one setting past the iron-on setting. Now, if you have a maker or you would like to, you could flip this to custom. You can pick iron-on from your Cricut Design Space app and then add more pressure right in Design Space. Now, I also have the fine point blade loaded, and I have my design mirrored. And now we'll just press the C to cut. Then once the cut's complete, we can unload and we'll talk about weeding this design. Flocked HTV will weed in the same way as any other. So we're just going to start in the corner, start peeling it back, and we'll just remove all the excess around the outside edge as well as the centers of any letters. So you can see it's really similar. The only thing is some of that flocking will stay on your transfer sheet, so your transfer sheet will not be as sticky as regular HTV. And then for those centers, we can use a weeding tool. Just pull those up and peel them back. And now this is ready to transfer to a shirt or any other fabric. So now we're ready to add this design to a shirt. So I just have a plain t-shirt and I have my Easy Press mat. Now you can put flocked on cotton, polyester, like a mixture of the two, like a cotton poly blend, printed materials, that type of thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this shirt and I'm folded it in half first, and that will give me a good indication of where the center of the shirt is. And I'm actually gonna repeat on the other side. We'll just fold kind of this design in half to get a good idea of where the center of the design is. And now we can unfold that, put the center on the center, and then find our height and make sure the design is straight. And now this particular brand is B-Flex Flocked, and it presses at 320 degrees for 16 seconds. So we're just going to press that for 16 seconds, and then we'll want to wait 5 seconds after pressing before we peel. And once that's done pressing, we'll remove the Easy Press, and we're going to wait about 5 seconds and let this cool a little bit, and then peel back that carrier sheet. Alright, so it's been about 5 seconds, and we'll just start peeling back, making sure that the flocked is stuck to our shirt. If it's not stuck, just replace your carrier sheet and press once again. This shirt is now done. So you have that suede fuzzy feeling on that flocked that's just adds a little something extra special to your project. Now, I talked about that you could sublimate on top of this, and we're going to sublimate on top of just this star to make it a blue. So what we want to do is add our Easy Press mat to the inside of our shirt. Then I'm going to use some butcher paper. I'm going to add some inside the shirt to protect my mat. Then I'm going to add my star directly on top of the flocked HTV we've already applied. And you might want to add some heat resistant tape just to tape that down and make sure it doesn't move. Then I'll add some butcher paper to the top. And what I want to make sure is that all of this flocked is covered just to protect it. Now I adjusted the time and the temperature on my Easy Press to accommodate the invisible ink. And we'll press that at 385 for 40 seconds. Then once the press is done, we'll just lift that off. And we can lift the butcher paper. And then as long as you don't burn yourself, you can go ahead and lift this off. Now it is really hot. I'm just going to use some tweezers and grab that tape, and then you can see our cute snowflake is now a light blue against the white of our flocking. I hope you enjoyed that and learned a little bit about using flocked on all your projects, and I hope you will give flocked a try. I think you will really like it for some of your designs, just to give a little something extra to some of your projects and a little something kind of unexpected, because when people receive a gift, they expect it to be that smooth feeling of, you know, regular HTV, where this is going to stand out from the shirt, be a little bit, you know, soft feeling and fuzzy, that type of thing. And I think it'll really add something to your projects. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything we've covered today, the application of the flocked HTV, you can ask us in the comment section below. Now I will also drop below and have a link to the cut file for this project. So if you want the cut file for this particular SVG, I will have that below as well. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have videos like this every week and you don't want to miss any of those. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Again, ask any questions below and definitely give flocked HTV a try for your Cricut projects. Thanks, y'all, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.